And
All right, everybody out there on YouTube Live, we are doing on the job training with Emily Gulmer, your podcast engineer, and she is getting used to screen sharing. And she gets in a loop where she does screen sharing without sharing the system sounds. As Emily is making this adjustment, taking the screen share off and then bringing the screen share back up and checking the box that says share sounds, we'll all be able to hear the program, which is Love Live. You can connect to it by liveradio.love. So Emily Gulmer over there on
all
the.
right, I did do check the box.
All right. Well, right now, the YouTube Live audience and myself can attest to that we are not hearing the sounds. So we need you to check it again.
I'm not hearing anything from Love Live either.
Oh, so there's nothing on the recording. All right. Well, when we do these live broadcasts, we have an audience that is watching and listening and trying to follow along with what's going on. So, if there's not going to be a StreamYard or live streaming, audio, you're the audio, Emily. So go ahead and talk to your YouTube live audience and do whatever you're going to do with the program. And if this is something where we need to end and check every hour to see if the programming through free conference call and Yahweh.love and with Rock and everybody, but please help our audience follow along. These are rock solid programs. This is not quiet time. This is not like people assume they're supposed to be here and meditate. This is real action coming out through YouTube. And so, Emily, take it away. You're the host, the moderator, the podcasting manager, the podcast engineer. Emily, the show is yours. Take it away. You are the host with host controls in Zoom. And so we're waiting for you. What's the program, Emily? What's next?
So am I having Zoom open? Um. Uh. Okay. So. Um. This Love Live is on every day. Um. There's only. Uh. Here, refresh my memory. There's only like a couple times where it's actually recorded, and then the other times it's they're running already recorded stuff. Okay.
You'd have to find that out. You'd have to talk to Shiliak Scribe and with Yami and with Rock and
Well, I tell
make
you,
sure to find out what their updated schedule is. But a lot of times in the morning they're doing praise, prayer, decree, and declare, and in the evenings a lot of times they're with Spike, Make the Spike, and doing the RIP program.
yeah, I thought you had said something about the recording thing once. Um. Uh. But yeah. Um. There is a. Well. Love Live is um, founded and run by a guy named Rock, and he has a team of several people. A few of them I have met or talked to as of within like the last month. One of them is what they're calling Scribe. Another one is Yami, along with Marissa, and there's a few others that I don't think I have met. But I think Sand Xerox Rife is somehow involved with this as well. And let me see. Now you can connect into this. It's on either by calling in, and there is a phone number to use to call in. Otherwise, if you go to liveradio.love, it will come up with a thing where you can join like the online meeting, which is on free conference call, conferencecall.com. And Kurt, do you want to kind of explain the decree declare part of it? Maybe. What else can I say about it? Kurt, are you still with me? He might be multitasking. But when you do either join by phone or the online thing with free conference call, it takes a minute to get connected. There is a what you would call that, something that happens and then you're connected right after it plays this something that's said, and I believe Rock has been doing this for a number of years. And Harrisburg decree declare is one of their things, which is usually from like 7 to 9 or 11 p.m. Central. And then there is every day, and then there's the in the morning, at least for sure, on I think they do or I think it's usually like 9:30 to 11 in the morning, Central. Um, um, Kurt, are you back with me?
Yeah, what do you need, Emily? Isn't it working
No.
out for you?
Well, no, I was just kind of losing on what to talk about. I don't know if you wanted to. How long has The Rock been doing this? It's been a number of years, right?
Yeah, I mean, in some sense, all his life. I mean, with his church experiences with family and community, and he talks about that he's been in a handful of different Christian community denominations, and this has all evolved from moving from denomination to denomination. So it's been a buildup of the decades of his life, and but he's had different renditions based on the Christianity foundation, and really he's into this more inclusive mindset that really looks to be a bridge between um, Judaism, and the Jewish community and the Christian community, and kind of pulling it all together, that we can really take a unified look at what's in sacred scripture, and looking at creation, and things of after life here on earth, and everything that is written upon in sacred scripture. So but Emily, with that in mind, what are you looking to do here? Because I'm getting a feeling you're just trying to hand it to me, or what are we doing here on YouTube Live for our audience? Can you fill us in? What are you doing?
Um, I was just trying to say more about the uh, kind of Love Live, that it was started by Rock, and that he has several people, a few of them, which I've met either in person or online within like the last so, month or two. The Scribe and Yami and Marissa, and I think there's a few others that I don't think I know who they are. That Sand is a part of it somehow. And that there is the phone number to call in, or if you go to the liveradio.love, you can connect online, but you'll come up in the free conference call, freeconferencecall.com, and it either way you connect. It takes like a minute or so to connect, because I don't know what you would call the beginning part, Kurt, before it connects. But after the song or whatever is said, then you're connected into it like right away at the end of that. And so I was just kind of saying that. Um, and um, um, I'm not sure if I totally know, Kurt. Can you explain how Love Inc. is connected to this? There's something with Love Inc. Um, because otherwise, I am not exactly sure. what else to say at the moment. Um, um, okay, I'm not sure if I know what else to say at the moment. Um, but Kurt got me involved with this and just in like the last like year. It's been about a year now. Um, yeah, Kurt's been on this for a lot longer than that. Um, and right. Kurt, I don't want to keep bothering you, but uh, uh, can we stop for a bit here? Okay, I don't even have. Oh, it is on. Oh boy. Um, Kurt, I'm stopping it for a bit here.
All right, Emily, what's going on, girl? You are on YouTube Live, and I kicked up Facebook Live.
I
Sorry.
just said I was going to stop because I'm not sure what else to say at the moment. I mean, unless if you want to explain um, the decree and declare thing, or how to explain how Love Inc. is connected to this, because I don't really know. Other than that, I'm not really sure what else to say at the moment.
Well, we'll just take this as a follow along program where people can learn along with you. So Emily, why don't you take that as assignment to, as you keep going here day by day with Love Live, to keep with Rock and with Scribe and Yami and Marissa and the whole crew, and keep doing the programs, and everybody kind of gather together. There are the Facebook pages, you can Google it. You're seeing Yahweh.love. So why don't you dive in, do some investigative podcast reporting, and dig all that stuff up offline, and then come back up here, later on today, or when you can schedule that in, and come back to our audiences and share back what you learned. Are you agreeable to that, Emily?
I can do that, but can you say anything about it right now?
Well, I can, Emily, but what I want to do is I want to make this a day in the life of Emily Gulmer. I want it to be a step-by-step process of you emerging, Emily, showing the world kind of, how you get through this stuff, and people can learn from, kind of what, your activities and your events and your commentary. I want to allow you to be the teacher. And so I basically am saying that, I'm just going to let our audiences be patient, and that it's all in good timing. I think you did a good live here today, and it kind of gives them the thing to come back to. It's what keeps them coming back. So I think that's what this has been about. You're going to promise the audience to come back and be able to explain entirely what praise, prayer, decree, and declare is all about in your own words. Does that sound good, Emily?
And how Love Inc. is conducted?
Yeah, give them the whole backdrop. Yeah.
I would have liked you to say something, but I can.
Oh, I'm talking.
Bring
This
it.
is a conversation.
What?
This is a conversation. So this will be a chance in leadership and in discipleship and evangelism and in faith journey, kind of a real deal here, that, you're kind of at this point where you participated a lot, but this basic thing is kind of missed. And so now you're able to take a new look and dive in and dig up these explanations and come back in here later today or wherever. And, we can schedule back in that this will come out to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, just fine. Right, Emily?
Not exactly what I wanted, but yes.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's get into it, Emily. This is a lively conversation. All right. So I just set a plan for, the topic of praise, prayer, decree, and declare. And, you are wanting something, which everybody hears it. We're live on streaming. Everybody's hearing that you want me to explain it. And so I'm giving you the option to say that when the audience hears it first through our YouTube and our Facebook Live, that it's not what you wanted. So let's talk this out. Let's have this conversation. This is making good live streaming.
Kurt, I'm not saying that I won't say anything about the decree and declare. It was about more or less about if you would say anything about it, even if it's just a brief overview.
Yeah, I definitely am going to follow along your programs and follow along the explanations that you bring out to the public, and take a look at your, vantage point, your source. We'll look into, who you talk to. Maybe they said something on a Love Live program. Maybe you've looked at the freeconferencecall.com description that's available through liveradio.love. Maybe you've looked at something on Facebook. Maybe you've gone to one of the websites and you've seen what is actually typed there. Maybe you did a Google, so this is all about, a do-it-yourself approach. And, the idea that it's, right in sacred scripture about how you feed somebody a fish, you feed them for a day, you teach them how to fish, you feed them for life. So, the approach and kind of where you reach out to where this is written up online. And I don't know if there's anything from Rock's emails or any other communication or chats or text, or if it's not there, maybe you are communicating with this group and bringing it up, and you can report back to all of us your findings. I think that's going to be an exciting approach and something that a lot of folks here are going to be waiting to come back for. So it's probably going to be about, if you're scheduling that in today, and or at least what's next on this topic, so that people can put it on their calendar and tune back in right here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Seems excellent.
Kurt, I was referring to the kind of brief overview right now, not later after I've done whatever.
Okay, well, let's take a deep dive into that. You have a hunger, I say the, United States characteristic is immediate gratification. And so it seems like, we're in this instant gratification type mode, and, you're kind of pressing the issue that you want me to bring out some narrative and such like that right now. And really what I'm hearing is fear. I'm hearing the fear of starting with nothing and going and figuring out how you're going to come back and make an impactful message where you can go ahead and teach. You can be the teacher. You can be Emily Gollmer, going ahead and sharing with our audiences, how this is done. Like, let's take a look at this program right now. Right now, I'm showing Facebook how your video is off, and I'm off video from that side of it too, but I'm on video with Facebook Live, and you're not on video. So right now, this is a lot about on-the-job training, people seeing growth in you, at this moment, and you're sharing, being in this authenticity and this vulnerability, and again, feeling like you're starting with nothing, which is okay, basically through this, channel, you'll be showing the power of the channel, by how, you go from, not really having anything to share to you're going to be able to explain it as good as any of us. And that's going to be real exciting content for our audiences.
Right, so are you going to do the brief overview?
I'm going to be pacing right along with you, Emily. I'm going to let you be the leading lady. I'm going to let you be the first step. Like I say, I'm going to be right here with you in reaction.
Yeah, I'd asked you before to kind of explain it.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing that we have talked about before, with our audiences is like with the invite button. If you click that invite button, people can see right on your screen, how to come and participate. And through that, they might be learning what praise, prayer, decree, and declare is before you, because you're empowering everybody to dial the phone number and how to invite other people to be with us in growing this congregation right here with Love Ministries, provided by Love Inc.
All right, Kurt, I'm stopping.
Before you stop, can you put that invite screen up, please?
Can you see it? Because I don't know how to get it so you can see that too.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently we have to work on that because you're saying you're seeing it, but we're not seeing it on Zoom, which is fine. We'll take care of that another way in our social media. So That's good to know that that's not how that works. I thought I did these YouTubes and it was coming up for me, but we'll take a look at that later offline.
Yeah, somebody's wondering if I'm going to be coming to their event, so I'm stopping.
Yeah, that's Patty with the solution event, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've